So the question is, am I clean? Am I natty? Is this a natural looking physique? Oh, my Dove tattoo bar has washed off in the shower. My clean tattoo is washed off. Here's a question I always ask. How do you know if someone is clean? I'll answer that question as well directly. How do you tell, is someone clean? Are they a dope? Are they on the gear? What's the deal? For me, a good giveaway is, do they have a standout physique or standout results? In terms of bodybuilding, is their physique like, whoa, wow, crazy, man? That's like, or you compare them from a year ago or a few years ago, holy shit, I went to school with that person, and they were mad skinny or mad out of shape, and now they look like that. They're like 90 kilos and ripped. What's the deal with that? And it's like just so obvious what's going on. It's so obvious what's going on. I've used steroids myself. It's no, not a secret there. You can type in Durianriders steroids. I've done many documentary style videos where just getting steroids from local family doctor, using them for a few weeks consistently at a time, and you can see the difference. You can even hear my voice was changed permanently from using testosterone back in the day. Back in the days. But obviously you can tell that, I've never been a long time user or a consistently high dosage user. So one giveaway is if someone's, on the gas, stays on the gas, even 200 milligrams a week or even 100 milligrams a week, unless they've totally lost their testes to an accident, then they will put on a considerable size. They will pop. They won't be, called skinny. Someone's on TRT, they will not be called skinny. They will not be called skinny. So, okay then. So, you're not on the bodybuilding stuff, but what about what about EPO? Well, maybe the steroid you took back in the day, Hales, maybe they had lasting effects. So the voice changed for sure. Performance though, you can look at my power data from 2000. I've been using Power Meter since 2009. And I've uploaded on Strava since 2009, so you can see virtually every ride I've used of a power meter, and you can see my performances. And there's ups and downs, but there's nothing that's ever suspicious, because I admit I got good endurance. I'm not the best endurance. I'm pretty good in the climbs. I'm not the best in the climbs. I'm pretty good in the flats. I'm not the best in the flats. I'm alright in downhill. I'm not the best in the downhill. Nothing I ever really do is ever stand out. There's plenty of people out there who I've coached with nutrition or tactics or cadence or whatever off YouTube who are much better than I am. There was a guy last year for IndyPac, Abdullah. I remember getting him into road cycling just a few years ago, and he smashed it across Australia from Perth to Sydney. Just high carb vegan it, just guzzling the Oreos, the sugar, the bread, the jam, the Turkish bread, cans of beans and spaghetti, and he just destroyed the IndyPac. I mean, it was so fast, I didn't even believe it. I was just like, what? That's fucking crazy. But he did it. He did it, and that's fucking very impressive. So, and that's better than I could do. I mean, I'd have a crack at that, but fuck, I know that's some serious riding every day. That's some serious fucking riding every day. It would be a good challenge. Maybe one day I'll take it up, but that's serious. I mean, I guess if I was single and I don't know, I just enjoy. I'm a bit of a homebody at the moment. But yeah, if I don't know, that's riding across Australia full gas. There's some romantic element to that, isn't there? So there's plenty of people out there who are faster than me. Go to Doy Satep and you'll see the leaderboard, just heaps of vegans up there, faster than Durianrider, and they're all carbon the fuck up, spinning to win, pacing off power meters, and some of them only ride for a couple of years. There's that Charlie guy from England, faster than me up the Doy. It's like, wow, it's impressive, and he's only got 19. So there's plenty of people out there who I've coached or influenced heavily, and they are faster than me, either up a climb, on the flat, or across Australia. So there's nothing suspicious with Durianrider. So am I clean? Yes, the answer is yes. But again, it depends on your definition of clean. It depends on what your definition of clean is. If am I clean and I've never ever taken anything for any experiments or personal curiosity, then no, I'm not. Am I clean that I would pass drug tests today? Yes, I am. Am I clean that I've never won any money or anything, any race accolades, prizes from taking any performance-enhancing drugs? Then yes, I am clean. Am I clean that... What's another analogy or another example? I know you can ask me in the questions down below. These are one-take videos. I like to be open and transparent. And I've definitely been curious about doping products, and I've made these videos very clear. Some people say, you're a steroid cheat. And it's like, I'm a person who's used steroids from the doctor for my own personal curiosity, and I put that on YouTube. I wasn't caught out or anything. I put that out there, so it's pretty clear. And I just wanted to show people, because people are like, steroids are very hard to get. They're so expensive. They don't work. And it's like, bullshit, man. They're so cheap. They're so easy to get. Even EPO is so cheap, so easy to get. Not the fake shit from online. I mean, real stuff. I could jump on a plane today, go to various countries where they sell it at the hospital, go pay a doctor $20 or $5 or whatever for an appointment, and say, hey, look, I need EPO, blah, 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 blah. They give you, a stash, and that's how much you want. So I need a 6 month supply, and you buy that. It might cost you a few $100. And then you have a prescription, and you have a doctor's letter, and you bring that into show Australian customs, and you can bring it for the country. So EPO is incredibly easy to get into Australia legally. Not fake shit, not illegal shit, legit real stuff. So it's here in Australia. No cyclists that use it. And same in America. You can bring it into the USA. It's easy to get. I do not understand all these people who do this black market route. I do not understand that at all. That is dangerous. You don't know what the fuck you're getting, and you shouldn't be doing stuff against the law like that. You should have a doctor's prescription if you're going to use things, and that's why you see a lot of soccer teams and rugby teams. They have doctors there to prescribe and give these legal letters of permission. So if police go, hey, look, you've got testosterone, or if you've got EPO, or you've got growth hormone, if you've got a doctor's prescription, the police are like, cool, carry on, sir. Carry on, madam. No worries. So there you go. That's the deal there. Now, one day, if I turn up on YouTube and I'm 90 fucking kilos and I'm fucking built like a brick shithouse, then Durianrider, no longer natty, no longer clean. If I'm punching out 455 watts up Norton Summit versus my 360 PR, then I'm no longer clean. 455 watts up Norton Summit at 66 kilos or 70 kilos, in my opinion, not natty. I can make up all these excuses. I've trained it specifically. I've dedicated. I've been doing 20 years of racing under my belt, and I could use all these excuses, and people would believe me. 99% of people would believe me, But the 1% go, hang on, 455 watts, and you're super fucking skinny. Fucking bullshit, bro. Bullshit. And that would be right. That would be right. It would be bullshit. And again, that's how you tell if someone's natty or not. As a cyclist, are they doing mutant level shit? From only a few years ago, they were doing fuck all. Or you see massive spikes in performance. In January, they're flopping. In July, they're just destroying the peloton. And again, I've got no issue with people using drugs. Some people out there, that's their job. They're paid to win. If they don't dope, they won't cope. They lose their job. They go back to working at the bike shop, back to work at the running store, which is fine. But some people don't want to do that. Some people want mad fame. They want the big money. They want to take the risks with their health, with their, I shouldn't say the law, because there's not much penalties really. If you get caught with doping, what happened? What happened to Lance Armstrong? He's still a multi-millionaire. He's still fucking world famous. He could still walk into any club and have chicks all over him. He could still walk into any bike shop. Most people would say, hey, Lance Armstrong, come take a selfie. Yeah, they would. Most people talk shit about Lance, but in real life, they're like, oh, Lance. So there's not really ramifications. If you get caught, as long as you've got enough of a champion status, that's all that matters. That's what people care about. If you're an amateur rider, get caught, then you're screwed. Because you're like, oh, you cheat. But if you got fame and social proof, Contador, the Schlecks, Lance Armstrong, that's cool. It's just part of the deal. It's part of humans. If you got status, you have some haters, but most people still love you. If you've got social proof, is what they call it. I've always been very curious. I'm the person who doesn't drink coffee. I'm the person who very, very rarely uses any caffeine or any stimulants, because I do enjoy just being sober and being straight. I enjoy that. And sometimes I do use a stimulant here and there for a 5K running race or whatever. And so again, I wouldn't consider that clean, because that is performance enhancing for sure. But I'm not fleecing anyone out of a job or anyone out of a, prize purse or whatever. But then again, someone might say, well, if those persons were serious about winning, then they'd also take whatever. But I'll say that my best ever running times were done totally natty. Totally natty. 16:35 5K back in February 2015. Still haven't beat that. That day we had a really good situation. Had a lot of good banter with a few other runners and one of the local coaches and stuff. It was a really, really good morning. And the banter was high. The pacing was perfect. And it was a really good thing. So I think there's a lot said for emotional stimulation. And I would say music is very good as well. Music's probably better. Music's probably my favourite stim, Music is incredible because there's no come down from it. It's very, very good. And just make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings. So there you go. So have some questions. There's some data for you, some information. Am I clean? No. Am I clean? Yes. Depends on the definition. Depends on the time. Whatever. Things like that. Do anabolic steroids help with climbing? In my opinion, only if you are deficient. And I've never been deficient. So it's never helped me. What it has done is put a lot of muscle. A lot of muscle compared to what I used to be looking like. And it did change my voice. So, and that muscle hasn't really come off. It hasn't really come off. If you look at photos of me or how I was back in the day, I was definitely a little bit lighter, wasn't I? So definitely, you go on and you get off in a few weeks, you do lose a bit of muscle, but it's that permanent muscle that stays on. That's why you see bodybuilders who were on high dosages, they shrink when they get off, but even if they go full natty, they still hold a bit of base muscle there. So basically, I'd killed my performance taking anabolics and doing weights and stuff like that in terms of being a runner or a cyclist, because those extra 2 or 3 kilos, they do matter when you're really trying to save every second. But so for me, anabolic steroids don't help with climbing. They would help with recovery, but only at a top level where you're really going to the well, where you're really depleting yourself. We see that female cyclists, like ultra cyclist Sarah Hammond, a woman, dominating these races, like Indy Pack and stuff the first year. So, and we know female women have less testosterone than men. So, you got women out there just destroying guys, with endurance stuff. So testosterone isn't an endurance hormone. It doesn't really help. If it did, then there wouldn't be such a close gap between men and women. Even in the marathon, the most powerful drug an endurance athlete can take is EPO, hands down. The cortisones, the testosterones, these things are only really good when your system is already really, really under fire and you're basically getting really, really low. And these things help with the immune system. They help with blood production a bit, yeah, but you're also going to have extra weight, so that can kill, your climbing performance, etc. So it's a very fine line with those anabolic compounds, in my experience, in my opinion. But the things like the blood doping and the EPO, that's where it's at. That's where it's at, and that's why they're just still so popular, So for me to do 455 watts, then yeah, EPO would be in the cookie dough. EPO in the cookie dough. Oh my god. Evening primrose oil. EPO in the cookie dough. Can I get a hallelujah? Anyway, that's the deal. Bit of banter, bit of truth, bit of clarity, bit of transparency. Hopefully you'll understand with that one. But I have personal experience with taking these things on and off over time, and low dosages, high dosages. Actually, the most I've ever taken in a week would be 250 a week, because I just know that more than that, you just really start to put on size. And I enjoy being able to run up the hills quite fast and ride up the hills quite fast. And I'm not a gifted cardio machine, and so any extra kilos on me, I definitely do notice that. Some guys out there are quite big, Lance Armstrong, and they can really smash up the hills. Alberto Contador we're like similar in that we're slight frame naturally, and even though we can put on fat, we can put on muscle, these things are detrimental to us. Someone like Lance Armstrong, he was a big guy, and same with Miguel Indurain, So imagine if you got my or Contador's physique or internals and put him into Indurain, who was almost like 90 kilos, 85 kilos, we would really, really suffer. If I had to be 85 kilos or Contador had to be 85 kilos or 80 kilos, we would really suffer. But Lance and Indurain, their bodies could really handle it. They just had crazy big lungs, crazy big heart capacity. So that really, really made a huge difference. But yeah, I'd say I have got quite a small cardiovascular capacity. So I need to be light as possible to go light as healthy possible. Not as light as possible, I should say light as healthily possible, performance possible, to really get those gains. Same with Chris Froome. Same with Bradley Wiggins. Same with Bardet, a lot of the new gen riders. Same with Valverde, but yeah, some of the older riders, Lance Armstrong, Christophe Moreau, Miguel Indurain, Jan Ulrich, those guys could be a little bit bigger. They just had a different system, different thing going on there. Anyway, thanks for watching.